Before we begin tonight's story, make sure you hit subscribe. Trust me, you'll want to stay close when the lights go out.
My name is Evan Cole, and I never believed in online horror trends. But what happened to me after I followed that Backrooms challenge ruined my life. It started as a simple YouTube trend. People were posting videos with the hashtag Backrooms challenge, a weird game where you had to film yourself walking through empty buildings and see if you could no-clip, like in a video game, into another dimension called the Backrooms. The videos looked fake to me. Yellow walls, buzzing lights, endless hallways, all computer-generated, I thought. So I made a stupid promise to my viewers. If this video gets 50K likes, I'll do the Backrooms challenge myself. No cuts, no effects, real exploration. The video hit 60K likes in 2 days. There was an abandoned office block near my city. People said it had been closed since 2002 after a gas leak. I thought it looked perfect for my video. I brought my camera, GoPro, and a headlight. My friend Mia, who helped me shoot, stayed outside with the car. I told her I'd be back in 20 minutes. She joked, "Don't fall into the back rooms." We laughed. That was the last time I heard her voice normally. The building smelled of mold and wet carpet. Old papers covered the floor. The air was thick, heavy. I started recording. "Okay, guys, this is Evan. I'm inside the old CityWorks building. Let's see if this Backrooms thing is real." I walked down a long hallway. Every door was locked or blocked. After 5 minutes, I reached a corridor that turned sharply to the left. But when I looked through the camera screen, I noticed something strange. The corridor looked longer in the camera than in real life. I blinked, looked again. It was still longer. I laughed nervously and said, "That's creepy editing or lens distortion, right?" Then I took one step forward. The floor under me gave way.
I didn't hit the ground. I felt through something soft, like air turning into liquid, and then silence. When I opened my eyes, I was standing. The first thing I saw, yellow walls everywhere. Faded wallpaper, stained with damp patches, ceiling lights buzzing constantly, and that smell like old carpet soaked for years. My camera was still recording. The timestamp said only 5 seconds had passed. I whispered, "No way. This looks exactly like the videos." There was no door behind me, no hole, just endless, empty corridors, all the same. I started walking. The more I walked, the more every turn looked the same. My phone had no signal. The GPS just spun in circles. I marked a wall with my pen, a big X. Then I walked straight for 10 minutes. When I turned another corner, the same X was in front of me. That's when I started to panic. I yelled, "Hello? Anybody here?" Only the buzzing lights answered. Then, footsteps. Slow, heavy, wet footsteps coming from behind me. I turned around. Nothing. But the sound grew louder. Step, step, step. I started running. I hid in a small room that looked like an old storage space. I shut off my light, breathing hard. Then a voice whispered near my ear, You shouldn't have filmed it. I froze. I turned my camera around slowly. Nothing was there. The song recording glitched, static scratching through the speaker. In that static, I heard something. Faint crying. Maybe a woman's voice. Don't record it. Don't record it. I grabbed my bag and ran again. Every hallway looked the same, but one corridor seemed darker, quieter, like the lights above had burned out. I walked towards it because it was the only direction that felt different. At the end of that dark hallway was a single door, a plain wooden door with a rusted handle. It looked completely out of place in the yellow maze. No other doors opened, but this one stood waiting. A piece of paper was taped to it. On it, in shaky handwriting, were the words, "Do not open. She waits." I lifted the camera and whispered, "This has to be a prank." I twisted the handle. Inside was a small room, cleaner than the rest, white walls, a single flickering bulb. And in the middle stood a desk with a TV on it. The TV was already on. It showed a live feed of me standing there, holding the camera. I stepped closer. On the screen, my reflection moved half a second later than I did. Then my reflection smiled. I wasn't smiling. The reflection tilted its head, and behind it on the TV screen, a figure appeared, a tall woman with long black hair, her face hidden. I turned around instantly, nothing behind me. When I looked back at the TV, she was closer. The screen glitched and froze on her face, pale, no eyes, mouth wide open. Then I heard breathing. Not from me, but right behind my shoulder. I turned. For 1 second, I saw her, standing inches away, her skin gray, her mouth trembling like she wanted to speak. She whispered, "You filmed it. Now you stay." I screamed and ran out. When I looked back, the door was gone. Only more yellow walls. I don't know how long I've been walking. Maybe hours, maybe days. The buzzing lights sometimes turn red, then white again, and I'm starting to see things in the corners of my vision, moving shadows that freeze when I look straight at them. My camera battery is low. Every time I replay my footage, I see faces in the walls, faint, screaming silently. I don't know where the exit is. I don't think there is an exit. If anyone finds this footage, tell Mia I tried to come back.
I don't know how long I've been here. I'm hungry, tired, dizzy, but something new has started. The walls whisper. At first, it was just faint static. Now it's full sentences. They call my name. Evan. Over here. Evan. Sometimes it sounds like Mia's voice, sometimes like my own. I started drawing a map on scraps of wallpaper with a pen, but the hallways shift. I mark a corner, walk 2 turns, and my mark is gone.
The only thing constant is the smell. Wet carpet and metal. After what felt like hours, I heard a different sound. A low hum, deeper than the ceiling buzz. I followed it. I found another door. This one metal, with a tiny glass window. Through it, I saw my old bedroom, my desk, my posters, my normal life. I shouted, "Hello?" But the glass was thick. My fists hit it. No sound carried. Inside the room, I saw Mia. She was sitting at my desk, staring at my empty chair. She whispered something I couldn't hear. Then she looked straight at me, eyes wide, as if she could feel me. I screamed her name. She didn't move. Then she vanished. The room turned dark. The glass blackened. I spun around, and for the first time, I saw it clearly. It wasn't the woman from the TV. It was something else. A tall, skinless thing with 2 long arms. It crawled fast along the ceiling like a spider, claws scraping the lights. I ran. Its claws tore chunks from the ceiling. Sparks rained down. I ducked into a side corridor. I could still hear it, scraping, sniffing. I whispered into my camera, "If you're watching this, I'm not alone here. It hunts me. Don't come." The thing hissed. It said my name in a stretched, broken voice. Evan. I kept running until my legs burned. Somewhere ahead, a green glow, an exit sign. My heart jumped. I sprinted. But when I reached it, the sign hung above a doorless wall. Just paint. Then the paint peeled off slowly, forming words. There is no exit. I fell to my knees. The camera screen flickered. On it appeared a message in white text. Stop recording to leave. I stared at the camera. If I stopped recording, maybe I'd be free. But if I stopped, no one would know what happened here. I whispered, I need proof. The woman appeared again at the end of the hallway. This time, her face was visible. Not empty, but mine. She looked like me. Same eyes, same mouth. She whispered, "Put it down." I felt my hands moving on their own, lowering the camera. The buzzing grew louder. The floor vibrated. I screamed and smashed the camera against the wall.
Kindly subscribe the channel and comment if you liked the video. Thanks for watching.